What's going on, everyone? This is Ryan from Above the Hook, and today I'm going to be showing you how to tie assist hooks. Before we dive into this how-to project, I'm going to go over some of the tools you're going to need and parts. Let's go ahead and start with some of the tools that you're going to need. First thing that you're going to need is ring splitters. The next tool that you're going to need is needle nose pliers, a pair of scissors or a sharp cutting tool, a lighter or a heat gun. Next part you're going to need is shrink wrap tubing. To make assist hooks, the two main components you're going to need is the assist line and hooks. Makes sense, being that it's assist hooks. The assist line that we're running is 200-pound test. The hooks that we're going to be using is Jig Masters 7/0 and 9/0 hooks. The next part that I'm going to be using is Jig Masters split rings 216-pound test and a stainless steel solid figure 8 250-pound test, again by Jig Masters. Now that we've gone over all the parts and tools that you need, let's start with the first step. The first step of tying an assist hook is getting enough line out, doubling it over, lining it up with the eye of your jig, and then measuring it down to about either the base of the jig, or what I like to do is about 2/3 of the jig's length. Once you have that measured out, you're going to go ahead and take your scissors or your sharp cutting tool and cut the line. I personally like to burn the end of this line just to keep everything clean. The next step is to tie a simple overhand knot at the base of both ends of the line. You don't want to tighten it down all the way, you want to leave it open a little bit. The reason why you don't want to tighten it all the way down is because you're going to take your 7/0 hook, or whatever size that you're going to be using, you're going to take the tip of the hook and place it through that simple overhand knot. You're going to take it up to the eye of the hook and then cinch it down. From this point, you're going to pinch the line together, put it through the back of the eye, and pull tight again. So what you should have is something that looks like this. From this point, take the shrink wrap, put it through the line and the eye of the hook, covering up that knot. You're going to take your lighter and you're going to shrink that wrap over the hook and the line. Be careful not to run the heat over that too long. You don't want to jeopardize the strength of your line. Once you have that completed, you should have something that looks like this. For the setup that we're doing, we're making 2 hooks for each jig. How we're connecting these 2 hooks together is by using split rings and the figure 8s. The next step is taking the solid stainless steel figure 8. You're going to then take the assist hooks you just made and slip knot it through the larger ring. Once you have both hooks slip knotted on the figure 8, what you're going to do next is take your split ring and your splitters, pry open the split ring, slip it onto the larger hoop of the figure 8, and then what I like to do once I have it on there is I like to take needle nose pliers and twist it on. The reason being is because this is a 216-pound test split ring. It's pretty much impossible to put it on by hand. If you're using lighter gear, I'm sure you can do it by hand, but I haven't been able to figure it out. Maybe I got to hit the gym a little more. What I basically do with the needle nose pliers is I basically just work that on to the figure 8. And the end result, this is what you end up with. Once you have your hooks all made, take the splitters again, pry open that split ring, take the jig that you're going to use. This is the Diamond Die Jig Master. Slip it on, and again, needle nose pliers, and just twist it onto the eye of the jig. What you end up with is something that looks like this. Thanks for watching this episode of Above the Hook, where we show you how to tie assist hooks. Ask any questions you may have in our comments section, and be sure to stay tuned for future videos. Thank you.